you're saying? Not the time or the place, baby, it's not right. It's not right, no. Going insane. Got a problem to fix, can we face it tonight? Face it tonight, oh. No way, though. Maybe I can't let go. Maybe I thought you'd take my side, my side. No way, though.
You excited to see Princess Elsa?
Yes.
And Princess Anna?
Yes.
Yes. The Ice Queen?
Yes.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna talk about Disney Cruise. So this is Disney Cruise vlog day 7 and day 8. In this video, as usual, I'm gonna share a lot of tips and tricks, and especially regarding the disembarkation. So I hope you watch my previous video, which is a vlog day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 6 until day 6. I talk about tips and tricks on your embarkation day, on your first day, what to do so you don't miss out anything. So make sure you watch that video. I'm also gonna make a video exclusively for embarkation day, especially if you embark from Vancouver, which is the Canada place port of Vancouver. I'm gonna show you if you're going with a SkyTrain, where to go and what is the process like. Is there any security? Is there any custom? I also make another video which is what to pack for your embarkation day, which is the day bag. So make sure you watch that one as well. So without further ado, let's begin. So day 7 is a sea day and it's the last day on the cruise. So day 8 is just when you leave the ship. So you only have time to do your breakfast. So day 7 is the very crucial or very important day for me and for others, because it's the last day that you can enjoy the Disney cruise, and you're gonna feel a mixed feeling. You're gonna feel sad. You're gonna feel gloomy. But anyway, so I'm just gonna show you what I did on the day 7 and some tips and tricks for your disembarkation's preparation. On day 7, as usual, in the morning, I always take Brandon and my husband to breakfast at Cabanas. And again, as I mentioned before, I love Disney Cruise food, but breakfast at Cabanas is not my favorite. I think they can do more. Usually during the all-inclusive resort, you can have the omelette stations. They have a lot of soup and nice pastries, but not so much on Disney Cruise. But lunch buffet at Cabanas is the best, so that's why I know I love that one. I will save a room for lunch later on, because I know I will eat a lot during lunchtime. And then after that is the next exciting part, which is Frozen Gathering. Before you board, you can register for Princess Gathering, VIP character breakfast, and also Frozen Gathering. So make sure you register for that. If you cannot get it, don't worry, watch my video and then you know that you can go to guest service on the first day and ask for it. Most likely 95%, 99% they will grant it for you. So that's the magic about Disney Cruise. At first I was kind of worried because my son is a boy, whether he's gonna love it, but I brought him to Princess Gathering and Frozen Gathering, but turned out he really loves it. So it's really cute. Now he knows Princess Anna and Queen Elsa, and he knows about Frozen now. He knows about princesses as well, and before he didn't even know the word princess. So if you have a son and if you have a boy, don't worry, just take them, they will enjoy it. So I highly recommend it to register on the Frozen Gathering. So Frozen Gathering and VIP character breakfast, they're gonna hold it at the Animator's Palace again. For the Princess Gathering, they will have it on the atrium. And what I love about it is the lineup moves faster if they have this kind of thing, instead of if you line up for the characters on the atrium, like if you don't have the reservations. To take picture with Queen Elsa and Princess Anna, for sure you will need the reservations, but sometimes there are a lot of Disney and Pixar characters on the atrium and there's a meet and greet and the lineup is just so long, and then Brandon just couldn't stand to line up. But this one, the line moves so fast and he can stand for it for the Princess Gathering and Frozen Gathering, so don't worry. I love the Frozen backdrop, so it's really looks nice on the pictures. Again, they have so many screens on the Animator's Palette, and every screen represent the Frozen's backdrop, and every screen has different video or pictures. So I love that about Disney, because they always pay attention to details, and every time we have a gathering or meet and greet, they always have someone there to take care of the characters. They will also help you to hold the autograph book and also to take picture for you. So if you don't have budget, or if you don't want to buy the pictures the professional photographers took of you, don't worry, you can always bring your own camera. So I got a bunch of nice pictures as well from our own camera. Luggage tag, so I'm gonna touch a little bit here. So on day 7, your room attendant will give you a couple of luggage tag to put on the luggage, because on day 7 you need to pack for your luggage and put it outside your stateroom from 8:30 at night till 10 o'clock. So unless you want to do express checkout, you have to put your luggage outside, otherwise they will not take your luggage. So you have to pack like day bag as well. So remember to pack like toiletries, extra clothes for the next day, because a lot of people forget to pack the next clothes for the next day, and pack extra clothes if you have a little one, because they might have accidents and you will not have any spare clothes. Don't pack your important documents for sure. Regarding the luggage tag, they will have different one. They have the mini one, they have the Pluto, Chip and Dale, and they have so many tags for different level. Let's say if you're concierge, they will give you the Chip and Dale one, and if you want to do express checkout, you will have like different tag as well. You will go out after the concierge level. And also if you're going on a tour with Disney, let's say if you disembark at Vancouver and you're going tour with Disney, they will give you a different tag as well, so you will get like priority when you check out. But because we live in Vancouver and we are not in rush, we will do the regular checkout instead of the express checkout. So they will take our luggage, so we didn't need to worry about the luggage. We need to worry about the diaper bag and day bag and our stroller only. I will also make another video like specifically for the disembarkation process, so stay tuned for that. For lunch, this is the last day of lunch at Cabana, so it's my favorite thing. So they have a lot of seafood as usual, fresh mussels, fresh shrimps and fresh crabs. So I always leave, I ate 2 plates I think, and full of seafood. And I also ate the one that I like the best, which is the warm chocolate pudding with ice cream and chocolate chip cookie. Really good.
Shake, shake, shake. Enak es krimnya. Cookiesnya enak. Pudingnya enak. Coklat pudingnya enak. Cepet banget gak sih makannya?
Iya kalau ini.
Dinosaurs. Oh, more. Dance. Like that ya dance ya?
And after that, as always, we always go to the kids club for the open house to burn Brandon's energy. If you're curious why we always go to the open house, because he's only 2.5, so we cannot leave him there, and they're pretty strict about it.
Last day at the kids club. Brandon.
Did it work?
Brandon, look. Last day at the kids club. Are you sad? Yeah. We're going back tomorrow.
And at night on the last day they will have a show, is Dreams Enchanted Classic, so it's really good. Unfortunately we tried a couple times, Brandon just couldn't sit still on the show, even though it's like Frozen show, it's really good. Even though it's a Lion King movie, which is really good, he just couldn't stand still. He just can stand for about 50 minutes to half an hour max, even though if I bring snacks. So this is the first day on our last day to try the nursery, and we kind of worried before, but it's really safe and he had a blast. So we put him there for 1.5 hours. You can always check him from outside. There's a big mirror, and they have like whole milk, they have like snacks as well and fruits, so you don't need to worry about that. And if they have accident with which Brandon did, so he is potty trained, but he had accident because at that time he couldn't pull his pants down yet, and they will give you like a white t-shirt, so you don't need to bring extra coats there. They will have like extra coats for you, and you can, after that you can just leave it on your stateroom and your room attendant will take care of it.
Oh iya, jujur saya.
Lucu banget gak sih? Aku kira dia main dokter-dokteran. Did you have fun? And he was really excited. My husband and I can really enjoy the show. After that, we have dinner at Tiana's place. So this is the second night we have dinner at Tiana's place. My husband really like this restaurant because they have a live show. It's like a New Orleans vibe. There's a Princess Tiana. On the first day, Princess Tiana will sing. They will have like a live band show. And usually Louis the crocodile will show up a little bit with the saxophone, but on the first day he didn't show up. On the second day there's a live show as well. There's a Mardi Gras party, like everybody is dancing, everybody is so happy, and also there's a Princess Tiana. You can still take picture with her because she will go around to your table, which is great, so we don't need to line up. They have like the book activity, and Brandon loved that because it's like a saxophone shape, and as I mentioned before on my previous video, they always change the book activity. Every day is different, which is great. We were waiting for the Louis, which is the crocodile, but he didn't show up, so I think there's a medical emergency or something. I asked the server, I think she said he might have medical emergency or something, that's why he didn't show up, which makes me pretty sad. But if you're curious, that's the difference between the first and second days. And we also celebrated our 5th wedding anniversary, and our server asked when we would like to celebrate, and we said it would be our on last day, and the server, the assistant server and other server and the head server will sing you a song, and they will give you a dessert, and it's really nice. It tastes really good. I always love chocolate cake, so if you're celebrating something special, even though it's like 2 months before or 2 months after, don't worry. You can always request that through the apps. You can also call before your trip. You can also let your server know on the day, and they will give something extra for you. They also will give you like the button, like the happy anniversary button. So we got the button on our honeymoon when we went to Disney World, and we also got the happy anniversary button. And for dinner at Tiana's, we tried the beignet, which is really good. It's like the typical, the famous dessert from the New Orleans. This time, because it's the last day, our server gave us about 5 desserts on top of our anniversary cake, so it's really good. On the last day, they also have a really nice bread. I'm not a big fan of bread usually, but they have a really nice bread on that day, on the second day. And I also need to mention that they always have like a different dipping every day. Sometimes they have butter, sometimes they have rosemary, something that has olive oil, so they always change every day, and it's really good, so you have to try it. So even though I'm not a big fan of bread, I usually try 1 bite with the dipping just to know the difference.
So, Mommy, Brandon, show the Mickey. The ice cream.
Dia harus dicoba dengan biji.
And on the last day, you will also give the tips envelope for all the servers, head server, server, assistant server, and your room attendant. You can always give them the next day, but we just like to give it the night before just to be sure, especially if you do like express checkout. If you have early flight in the morning, you will not eat at the sit down restaurant again, so I highly suggest to give them the tip the night before. They really appreciate when you give them the envelope. You can also give them something extra. We give them something extra for each server and the room attendant. On that night, they will also give you a survey. They will also remind you. They kind of expect that you put excellence on each of the survey or each of the questions, because they really depends on the survey. And it's really funny because sometimes even on the last question they will ask you, do you feel pressure to put excellence? Of course I would say no, because I think everything is excellence anyway. From the room, from the service, from the food, is really good. So we just put excellence on everything, and you will put the survey in a box the next day when you have breakfast. Also on day 7 at night around 10 o'clock, they will have like a party, like goodbye party, which is really sad. For about 50 minutes they will like some characters going down. I think it's just a member of the theater, so it's just the actor and actress, and later on they will have so many characters, but they will take pictures first with you just in case you haven't get the chance to take pictures, and then later on they will have a show, Disney character show. Unfortunately by this time Brandon is so tired already, so we went back to our room. So just be prepared if you have kids. If your kids sleep early, you might have to miss this show because they only have one show at night and they don't have it like back to back. So I wish they have it back to back. After the actors and actresses come, they will have the Disney character show saying bye bye, but they have like 50 minutes to like half an hour break to take pictures and to sign autograph. So that's the turn off for my my son, because he's just so tired already. On day 8 you only have time to eat the breakfast, and if you have early flight you can always eat at Cabanas because they will open early at 6:30 in the morning. But if you are in a hurry, you have a couple choices. You will eat at the restaurant you have dinner the night before. Because we had dinner at Tiana's place, we have our lunch, our breakfast at Tiana's place as well. So if you are in main seating, you will have breakfast at 7 o'clock in the morning. If you have late seating, you will have breakfast 8 o'clock in the morning. It's just to make everything simpler and easier. And so during this time, you need to leave your stateroom already because they need to clean it for the next guest. So you can always put your luggage if you have it. We don't have it anymore. We just put our stroller and some stuff and our stroller like in front of the restaurant. So don't worry, you can always put your stuff in front of the restaurant. They will take care of it. And then after that you just need to wait until your group name is called. And I'm really curious at that one as well, because so I've been writing down. So we were called around 9 o'clock, 9:30 in the morning. So we waited at the lounge. You can always wait at the common area like Azure, but Azure is really busy. We just went to wait at the Cadillac lounge. Oh, I also need to mention, if you're not Canadian citizen, if you're having a different passport, they will ask you to put your passport at the guest service on day 3. Like the maximum is day 3. You will put your passport there and they will take care of you. So you don't need to go through custom again when you disembark. So they will manage everything for you on the day. So on day 8 after breakfast, we pick up our passport there and everything is done. So later on when you go out from the ship, you can just go right away. You don't need to go through security or custom. But I need to mention that beside luggage tag, they will also give you declaration form, which is the white one, and then you will fill one for each family. So if your family have 3 members, you only need 1 declaration form. So to go out, you will need your passport and your declaration form. They will ask you about the details, date of birth, name, and what you spend each person, whether you bring tobaccos, whether you bring like tobaccos, like cigarettes and wine and stuff like that. So again, we were called like around 9 to 9:30, so concierge always got the priority first. After that, I noticed is the express checkout, and also the next group will be the one that have a tour afterwards. And so you need to be really careful if you're trying to arrange a flight. So don't book afternoon flight, I think, because after you go out, even though it's really fast, you still need to go through the terminal to go to like the mode of transportation. And so I would say late afternoon or an evening flight would be the best, I think. So everything is okay, even though we are so sad already to leave the Disney cruise ship. But the chaos began after you got to the terminal. There are just so many people, and the ambience is just different when you embark the ship, because I think when you embark the ships, they have like different time, and then for disembark, there's just so many people disembark at once, and everybody is so chaos. That's my honest opinion. I didn't expect it like it is, and I feel like the staff there at the terminal, it's so different on the first day when we embark. Not everyone is so helpful, and they seem like they're not in a good mood. Again, it's just my experience on that day. It might not be the same for other day. And then there are so many lineup here and there, and then we asked the staff whether this is the line for taxi or van, and she said yeah. So we lined up for a long time, and then we went inside the elevator, and then turned out when we go down, it's a rental place for a car. So turned out it's a line if you want to rent a car, and then we just spent like maybe half an hour there, and then later on we went up again. It's so hard already because you need to go down and up with the elevator with the stroller, and then we finally find the line for taxi. But I would say the line is kind of messy as well, because they have two lines actually for taxi and vans, because even though we only have 2 adults and 1 toddler, we still want to take the van because we have a big stroller. And to go to the van line, you need to go for the taxi line first, but everybody is just stuck at the beginning of the line, so we couldn't go to the van line. So it took us a long time. Finally, I asked my husband, let's just try to pass everybody and just go to the van line. So the van line is already so long, and the taxi line is just really long as well. But it's really hard to get a van because there are not so much van in Vancouver. I think the problem is it's just because we don't have Uber in Vancouver, so there's like a really high demand of taxi afterwards. So I just need to warn you, just be really careful if you're planning to take taxi or van going to the airport, because you don't want to miss any flight. And there's a bus as well if you want to go to the airport, so maybe try to book it through Disney. I'm not sure about the price though, you have to check. Anyway, so we waited for a long time, so we are stuck at the beginning of the line, and the van is so long as well. And there's one staff asked us whether we want to take a taxi or a van, and we say van, and she said sarcastically, it's just like good luck. Well, now I know what she meant. It's because the line is just not moving, even though it's shorter than the taxi line, but there's just so many taxi and there's just so little van available. And then somehow if you order like a porter, so many people on the wheelchair and older people, and if they order a porter, they will have like a specific line and go to the van directly. So it's already so long to wait for the van because there's not so much available. People just cutting us from the specific line for the porter, and then everybody just got so frustrated, so it's really turned me off that part. And then we waited for 1 hour and 50 minutes on the van line, but it's still not moving. So, and then I would say that on the first day when we embarked, it's so beautiful and sunny. When we got back, it was like raining a little bit. So when we go with a SkyTrain, and we live really close to the SkyTrain, and we are wondering whether we took SkyTrain or not, right? But we just thought that we don't want to ruin the last day. We just want to like relax and take the taxi to our door. But turned out it's just really ruined our mood. The rain kind of getting lighter a little bit, so we decided, okay, why not we try to take the SkyTrain. So we walk a little bit. Thanks God we got our raincoat. Because we got our luggage already, we have our raincoat inside, so we just put raincoat and rain cover for my stroller, and then we just walk, and it just take like half an hour from the terminal go to my place to our house, door to door. So I wish that we know this sooner, and I wish that I know that if the line is so long that we better take the SkyTrain. So this is not my first time. When we got back from Jamaica, from Montreal going to the Vancouver airport, the line up is so long as well. So I think it's always a big problem in Vancouver, I think, for the taxi supply. Anyway, I don't want to ruin your mood before you cruise, but just be prepared when you're arranging your flights and when you decided whether you're gonna take taxi or like a bus from Disney if you're going to the airport. So I hope this vlog will help you. And again, make sure you like and subscribe and watch my other YouTube video because it will be so helpful for your Disney cruise. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye!
What are you saying? Not the time or the place, baby, it's not right. It's not right, no. Going insane.